YouTube Live. We're super excited. And I think JP told me that 20 of you guys were already in the waiting room, which is amazing. 22! That's awesome. We just wanted to just kind of share our home and share the puppies a little more. So I'm super excited to hear what kind of questions you guys have and watch me do some of our training. So I think JP is going to let me know if anybody has questions. Or if not, I'll just kind of tell you guys about what's going on with this litter, or litters. Hey, good job. Whoop. Good job, Green. There we go. So we have 3 litters in the garage right now, the garage nursery. We have Junes, we have Peppers, and we have Lunas. So the small ones are Lunas. They're easy to tell apart. And then the bigger ones are Peppers, but there are some in June's litter, like this one. This is Mr. Blue, and he looks just as big as Pepper's puppies. And they're only a couple of days apart, but he looks like he would fit in with that crowd. He's much bigger. You can do it. Come on. Come here. Puppies.
All right, we got people in the chat, but I can't see the chat.
Oh, you can't?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. Come on, Teal. Good job.
Marcia says, my mini golden doodle is 13 with no health issues. That's cool.
Oh, wow. 13 is a long life. That's awesome. How big is your mini golden doodle? I can't believe Bella's going to be 12 in September, and that's such a long life. It's great. But 13 is huge.
Someone said, how old are they? Oh, 45. Marcia, 45. He's the biggest in the litter.
That definitely happens occasionally with ours. We try to keep our mini doodles around 30 pounds or less, but sometimes there's an anomaly, and they grow much bigger. What was the other question, Lily?
Let's see. Cindy says, how old are they?
Okay, so June's puppies, good job. June's puppies are 7.5 weeks old. Pepper's puppies are almost 8 weeks old, and Luna's puppies are about 6 weeks old. 6 weeks and some change, like 6 weeks, 2 days. So you can definitely tell the bigger ones are teaching the younger ones. They have all been able to go up the stairs, but not everybody has been able to come down the stairs, like this little guy's working on it.
And Sonia, her follow-up question is, are they crate trained?
Yeah, we do some crate training. So right now, Pepper and June's puppies can go for about an hour in there. So like during the day, I'll put them in the crate together, like with a brother and sister. And then we'll work on it that way. And Luna's puppies have not been introduced to the crate with the door shut yet, but I keep it open and I'll put some toys in there so that way they can start to get acclimated to it. Hey, no sir. Shh. Got a little teether here.
Mary says, did your potty trays ever come?
Not yet, but they're coming this week. Have they come?
We should hear any day now about the potty trays. The manufacturer reached out to us last week and told us that they should be ready this week. So as soon as they are on the container, we're going to be sending out a big mass email letting everybody know when we will be arriving, and then we can quickly ship out to everybody. David said, how is Amy doing today?
How is
Annie inside.
Oh, Annie's doing good. So she, we had her x-ray and this was going on the video, but I guess we'll give a little preview. So she's got 6 puppies here or 6 puppies in her belly. And then she's doing really good. She's eating still and she's walking with Bella, going on walks and not showing any signs of slowing down just yet. So we keep waiting to see those digging signs, nesting and stuff, but we haven't seen any of that yet. But she is carrying around toys in her mouth, which is kind of fun, and trying to get the squeakers out. So it's a good thing we have all these little baby toys that she likes to kind of carry around in her mouth and hold them. So I think that's her version of nesting right now.
All right, Leanne says, I have a golden retriever that got pregnant by my Aussie Doodle.
Oh.
Not on purpose, but we already found really good homes for them.
Oh, good.
Is there anything I should know about preparing for a healthy delivery?
Just having everything on standby is super important. Like, I would say get some calcium, the Oral Cal Plus, knowing what you would do if pregnancy stalled out, things like that. And then having like your vet on call, like an emergency vet if you need to have something happen. Let's see, what else? We have like a whole breeder store. If you go to our website, there is a place that you can click on that says for breeders. And we have a lot of that content on there about things that we would recommend that you have during the birthing experience and then afterwards for whelping. And then honestly, just watch a ton of YouTube videos on birthing so that way you're well versed and you're ready to deliver and not surprised by anything. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll go really smooth. And those are 2 great breeds, so I'm sure you're gonna have fabulous puppies. Oh, and you should probably get an x-ray done at the last week. So that way you know how many puppies to expect.
All right, Alan says, love watching your content. Just had to put down our rough collie at 12 and a half years old.
What kind of dog?
As a rough collie.
Oh.
Going to get a mini doodle when ready. Advice on how to tell if one is more laid back when picking from a litter.
Yeah, so the latest, first, I'm really sorry for your loss. 12 and a half years is a really long time to be with have your pet. So picking out your dog, I always go for the ones that are just laid back and agreeable, maybe not the ones that are approaching you first. I know those are people that love the fact that they say like, oh, my dog picked me, it came over to me first. I almost prefer to go with the dog that doesn't really want to hang out with anybody. You know, they just want to relax and lay down, and that seemed to work really well for us with Bella and has kind of steered people in the right direction when they've been picking a therapy dog for other people. So I think that's probably my biggest cue. Come on down. You can do it. Ugh. Let's put you right here, see if you'll come down.
All right, let me know when you're ready for our next question.
Oh, I'm ready.
Are you finished that one? Okay.
There you go.
So Renee says, in terms of the application
Well, hold on.
process. Oh,
do you have advice on what you would do? For a laid back puppy picking?
Yeah, so I think it's natural for puppy picking for someone to, want the puppy that walks over to them first, and just be really kind of cautious. Usually the puppies that come to you first are probably the more outgoing puppies. You want to look for the puppy that is a little bit more reserved and that is able to kind of play independently.
Yeah.
And so those are some good things to look out for.
Playing independently is huge because then that means that they can be in a crate, they can self-soothe. There's a lot of positive things about that type of dog.
All right, so thank you guys. Wow, this is incredible. We're at 104 people watching right now.
Oh my goodness!
Says,
that was your goal.
Yeah.
JP's goal was 100 and mine was 5 questions. That was my goal.
Renee Ballard says, in terms of the application process, is there a wait list? If so, how long? I'm trying to gauge when I should submit my application.
Yeah, so I usually tell people to put an application in anywhere between 4 and 6 months ahead of time if you want like a really prime choosing spot. Our wait list right now is into June and July, depending on how many puppies Charlotte Rose has for my mediums. There could be some availability in May. But for most people, I would say 4 months ahead of time is plenty of time.
Perfect. All right. So Marie, do you ever recommend getting 2 puppies at the same time?
Absolutely. I have had at least 4 families do that, including my best friend Caroline, and they say it's much easier to train. The crate training process is a lot easier because there's somebody else in there they can bond with. They have a really good experience when it comes to teaching them both and just going on walks. It's like motivating for the other puppy to come with them because there's 2 of them. I know a lot of people say, a lot of other trainers recommend not getting them from the same litter, but we have not had that experience with our families. I've had a couple families get a brother and brother. I've had a couple families get a brother and sister, and then I've had people get 1 medium, 1 mini, like from different litters that were half siblings. And everybody has done extremely well. There's never been a case where one tried to be more dominant than the other. It just personalities just worked out, and it was just fine. So, hi.
All right, Estella, 5 months ago you made, are you ready for this one?
Yeah, but your iPad's gonna get chewed on.
All right, one second.
Technology
5 months ago,
pause.
you made a video regarding adding a family blog. Did you guys pick up a family blog yet?
Yeah, so that's exciting. So we were gonna put that on our weekly video too, which we probably still will. But Charlotte Rose is the mom that we had chosen for our future puppy, and we confirmed on Monday that she is pregnant. So our dog is gonna be born in about 30 days. So we'll just have to see which one we end up choosing. So that's gonna be a whole fun video in itself.
All right, Sonia asked another question.
She
says, do you know some tricks for crate training? Any tricks?
Yeah, so you mean like with a puppy coming home that's just come home?
Let's assume so. And then Sonia, if you don't mind, just texting in the chat.
Okay. So when puppies come home for the first night,
Yes.
okay,
Yep.
I definitely recommend having a heating pad in there or like a reheatable ice, like a rice bag. That's helpful too for anybody who's like really worried that the puppy might chew on the heating cord.
So what goes in a rice bag? So you're talking about a tube sock?
Yeah,
Just
like
regular-
a tube sock, and you can buy them, but you can also make one. So JP is referring to the fact that you can make one, and you just put uncooked rice in there. And that way you heat it up in the microwave, and you can heat it for about 2 minutes, and it warms up and it stays warm for a couple of hours. Or you can use a heating pad and you can have it turned on and on a low setting, and you can keep it turned on. So that's helpful. If they have a blanket or a snuggle puppy, that's also helpful. The snuggle puppy is great because it has a heartbeat sound and it can kind of mimic the puppy's litter, and that's really helpful. And then it's kind of trial and error for some people. Some dogs really like the crate covered, like the whole thing covered. And some like it where they can see things. So it's kind of I always tell people try things for at least 2 nights. And then if it doesn't work, then you can try something different. But if you get frustrated in the middle of the night and you go and change it, the puppy thinks that they won, that they're like, oh, I did this long enough and I got their attention, so I can keep doing it, and they'll come back. And the other thing that families have suggested is putting like white noise on, like a sound machine, and that's really helpful. And then as long as they've had food, water, and they've gone to the bathroom, they should be good to go. So it's kind of unfortunate when they cry out, but maybe just kind of leaving them like whimpering or whining. I think the longest family that we've ever had it happen for was about 2 hours, and it was not significant. It was just kind of like a whimper. And then the next night it was cut in half to about 45 minutes, and then the next night after that it was nothing. So it just takes a couple of days for them to acclimate, but they should do it pretty quickly.
Perfect.
That was a long answer, I'm sorry.
No. It's all good.
You're so sweet,
let's
but
see
you're
what else.
teething.
All right, Sierra, so we got a couple of questions lined up. So what are some of the things we should work on first with training when our puppies first come home?
Oh, that's a great question. So I think one of the first main things that you should work on is that manding, which is just putting them in the sit command, and then you can teach them the word sit. But it's just when you're playing with them and they're jumping on you, it's kind of hard to do in such a big group setting. We do manding one-on-one. But like when I approach the pen and the puppies are jumping and they're kind of like wanting attention, I wait for them to sit on their bottom, or I kind of put them in a sit position, and then I'll pick them up. And so you can keep that going for the first couple of days, and then they'll know that you don't like it when they jump. Another thing is when they jump on you, you can turn your back to them, so that way they know that they're not getting attention. But you can teach them sit probably within the first week. It's pretty easy to work on, and I would totally use Baxter and Bella. They have amazing programs. I think that they have a great program, and they have like a puppy boot camp, like a puppy 101, and that way you can teach them what you're looking for. But it's really starting that foundation of not wanting erratic behavior and not hyper behavior, and I think that sets a big example to what they want. So I won't pet her, like just this one right here is like little light purple. I'm not going to pet her when she's jumping up. I'm going to put her in this little sit position, and then I'll give her attention. So that kind of thing.
Let's see. Wow, you guys are awesome. So many questions are coming through. All right, what about apartment dwellers? And then I see something about Rosie. We will talk about Rosie in just a second. Great news there. What about apartment dwellers? Teach them, let's see. Teach them to go on the P-pad, question mark? That's from J. Rowe.
Yeah, so apartments can definitely be tricky, especially if you live up higher, like a third floor. We used to live on a third floor apartment. And I think one of the best things that you can do is when you're teaching them to potty train is either you can go ahead and try to start right away going to the grass, but when you take them out, like going to the door, you're going to have to hold them and take them down the steps. Because they're just so tiny that they will, you may not jump, that they are going to pee before they get down the stairs. So I remember like holding Bella, walking down the steps, and then we could get them to go to the potty. But if you, like let's say you live in the city or it's too much to be able to go all the way down the steps, I recommend putting the pee pad or a tray by the door that you are going to eventually potty train them out of, because it's telling them that you're going to that space, and I think that's a great thing for them to learn. That's a great thing for them to learn is that direction is where you guys are going to be going to potty train. So I definitely would do that.
All right. You want to give everybody a Rosie update? And if you haven't seen Rosie's video, definitely, gosh, trying to think. I'll have to put in the comments below after this video is out of a true Rosie update. But
yeah,
go ahead.
So Rosie's doing fantastic. She actually lives in our town, so we get updates all the time. She actually had her first heat cycle, which is great because Rosie is supposed to be a mom for us. Now, they haven't done their formal testing, so we can't say that she's officially going to be a mom for us, but everything is trending in the right direction, that she is healthy and growing. She's over 15 pounds now. I want to say Megan told me the last update that she was 18 pounds, so she's almost caught back up to her brothers and sisters, which is awesome. She's eating well, and Megan is actually making her food for her, so she gets a well-balanced meal every day. her husband jokes that Rosie's eating better than he is. So I think that's pretty funny. But yeah, so soon, in a couple of months, we will take her for her formal testing, like her OFA testing, and just having a really detailed physical done to make sure that she is still going to be a great candidate for us to be a mom.
What is OFA testing?
OFA testing is the Orthopedic Foundation Association. So they do heart, they do elbows, they do hips, all the things that we want to make sure that we are having good genetic and good structure. So you wouldn't want to breed a dog that's got elbow dysplasia or hip dysplasia. Same thing, they can do cardiac assessments and eye assessments, and we make sure that they get a physical done to make sure that everything is healthy before we even make them a candidate for breeding.
Awesome. Let's see.
Look at this monkey.
All right, so Marie asked, how long do they usually sleep through the night? And I imagine this is going to be for a new puppy.
So when puppies come home, they're all different sorts of sleeping. A lot of people report in the first week they've gotten a full night's sleep when they go to bed around 10 and wake up between 4 and 6 a.m. They will usually start to stir as soon as you start to wake up. So a lot of people like keeping their puppy in a separate room because then they can start getting ready in the morning without feeling like they need to take their puppy out right away. But yeah, so I would say confidently, other puppies coming from other breeders too, that they should be able to sleep through the night by the time that they're 3 weeks home.
All right, let's see. How many times does one of your moms have a singleton?
We've only had 2 in our entire 9 years of breeding. So fingers crossed they don't happen often.
Yeah, that's a great question, Cumberland Cavaliers. Let's see. Oh, how is Bruno doing?
I haven't gotten an update on Bruno. The last time I got an update was about 4 weeks after he went home, and she sent me a picture of him and her son and just said that they were bonding completely and that he was a wonderful dog. But I need to text her because I would love to see a picture of him updated.
Awesome. And if you guys have any questions about individual puppies, make sure you just direct message us or send us an email at doodlesofnc@gmail. Or go to our website at doodlesofnc.com to kind of see what's going on right now. It says, let's see, next planned litters. This is from Holly Haywood.
So, hi Holly. So the next litters that are coming up, Annie's here to have puppies, Bella Grace and Oakley are going to be coming to have puppies in the next 3 weeks. So those are the exciting new babies. And then Charlie just confirmed, so in about 30 days, the babies are getting rowdy. You gonna show them over?
Kind of pan real smooth.
Yeah. They're having fun on that cooler So Charlie also is expecting babies. And then we'll have a couple of more confirmed. So Penny, blonde Penny, is confirming on Thursday, tomorrow, if she's pregnant. And then Sadie also will confirm pregnant in the next 3 weeks. So those are the litters so far. We don't have anybody in heat right now, but that's a good size group of moms coming that we will be able to have puppies.
Awesome. All right, so TGH just says, you have the most beautiful puppies. Where is the farthest you would sell a puppy? And then they put to Canada, question mark?
So we would definitely take a puppy anywhere. Unfortunately, what comes into, like the challenges that we have going into other countries or even other states, we have a puppy that went to Hawaii, but every place has their own, come here. No, relax. Got a little excited there. Yeah. Here, play with your blanket. There you go. So every state has their own rules. So like in Hawaii, that puppy had to be quarantined for 2 weeks before it could go to its owner. And so they found a company that they were actually like veterans, and that's where their naval base was. And so then they had a side company that would literally bring puppies from the States to Hawaii, keep them, train them for the 2 weeks, and then bring them to their owner. So Chelsea got that dog at 10 weeks instead of 8. So other places have their own quarantine requirements, like I think somebody inquired the other day about England, and they have to have a rabies shot already. So that person would have had to find somebody from the 8-week mark until 4 weeks here in the States, and then get their rabies shot, and then we could fly them over to England. So we would have to just find out what Canada's restrictions were. But we are totally able to fly a dog wherever. They just have to pay for the ticket, and then we have to be able to pay for the fee of traveling. So.
All right, will you have any puppies with a white base with some brown coloring? This is from Diamonds and Jeep Gal.
Hi, Diamonds and Jeep Gal. We used to have a Jeep, by the way. What was our Jeep?
What's that?
What was your Jeep?
Jeep Wrangler?
Yeah, but I know, but what year and stuff. People that
it was a
like Jeeps like to know.
1988
Yeah,
Jeep
an
Wrangler.
old school one.
Yeah.
That was when we were young and cool before kids. So, what was the question again? Oh yeah, white. Okay, so all of our moms have the availability to have that spectrum of apricot colors. We do not have the English cream base. Like a lot of people will start a program and they'll have that creamy English retriever, and that's like the base of that. But we do, Penny is pretty blonde, so I'm excited to see what her puppies look like. She did breed with Nipsey, and he's red. So I don't know if we will get any creams out of her, but it'll be exciting to see, because almost all apricot and red doodles carry the cream color. It just, the red supersedes it when they have them. But if you have 2 recessive creams, you could get it. So it'll be fun to see if she's pregnant on Thursday, and then if she is pregnant, it's gonna be really fun to see what kind of babies that come out. That's my favorite part of the whole process.
Okay, Minnie Mouse. I might have missed your answer, but what are the price range?
We don't have any ranges. We just have one set price, and it's $3,400.
And let's see, Tran. Hey!
Hey!
What type of health testing are you doing on the parent dogs? And what is the necessity to have screening for both OFA, hip, and pen hip in your program?
So we get all of their genetics done on any parent that's brought in through paw print genetics. And so like if I buy a mom from an outside place, which most of our F1s are from outsides, so they get a full panel done. That means that the Golden Retriever side is done, the Poodle side is done, and that's really important to make sure that you don't have any parents that are brought in with a genetic component that could have been prevented. So it'd be like 2 parents knowing that they've got cystic fibrosis carriers, them deciding to have a baby anyway. They've got a 1 in 4 chance of producing a child with cystic fibrosis. So that would be deadly. There are a lot of diseases that the Golden Retriever and the Poodle side can carry that are deadly, but also just detrimental. There's a lot of blindness that can happen. So you want to make sure that those genetic features are not part of your program. It doesn't mean that they can't be a carrier, but you just wouldn't want 2 carriers to have babies. So if they are not screened, we screen them before we breed them, and then if they're one of our dogs, then we can either clear them through their parents' testing, or if there was a carrier or something, then we would still need to test them. So, and then the OFA part, there are genetic factors in hip dysplasia and elbow dysplasia, but a lot of it is environmental too. So that one is a little more, vets have opinions on it, but I think that it's just really important to just try the best that we can. So I just think that it's important to do that type of screening before we get it. So it's an X-ray, and they do that, and they compare it to other dogs that have the same Golden Retriever background or Poodle background, and they can compare them and make sure that they think that they're a good candidate for breeding.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and let's see.
All my puppies are disappearing. They're busy playing.
Yeah. All right, Rebecca, Virginia DIY. Is Bella your only dog, or do you have another?
Bella is our only dog at this moment, but our second dog is going to be born in the next 30 days. So we are keeping a puppy from Charlotte Rose and Ripken, so it'll actually be Bella's great-granddaughter that we're keeping.
Awesome.
Oh, they need some more water. No, they got water.
J. Rowe, that's awesome. Says this chat has been so helpful. You have answered questions I didn't even know I needed to know.
Oh, good.
Yep.
Well, we're planning on doing this once a week, and we're
Yeah.
going to try to rotate the time so that way anybody that couldn't join us maybe could join us the next time.
Yeah, give this a like if you guys want to see more of these kind of weekly chats of just kind of a moment in time. Next week, hopefully we might be sitting in Annie's area.
Yeah,
and
that'd be fun.
we'll show you guys all of the puppies that
The
are going
newborn
on.
babies.
Yeah.
All right, we
real
got
quick.
one more question.
Yeah,
Time for one more.
let's see. Hi from Charlotte. Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
You
that's
guys are
local.
really close. Someone put hi from Singapore.
Oh my goodness, wow.
Yeah, hi from Florida. Love your videos. All right, we're going to put Antique. So have you had, let's see, ever had any minis available?
Yes, we actually had minis available 2 weeks ago. So if you want to follow, like if we have any puppies available like last minute, the best thing to do is to follow our Instagram or our Facebook page. We just did a video last week and it was talking about 2 puppies that didn't get picked. They were both minis. But we will have more minis available in June and hopefully July. We're going to confirm some of those litters a little later in the month or early in April. So if you want to get more details, you can go to our website and put in an application, and then we reach out individually.
Nice. Oh my
Predominantly, our puppies are pre-sold.
goodness. Right. All right, we're gonna do one quick little shout out for everybody, and then the goal was to make this a 30-minute segment, but this is clearly not long enough. So,
Well,
so
it leaves them wanting more, babe.
That's right. So Martin says hi from, let's see, I'm gonna give a couple shout outs. So Martin from the Netherlands, wow.
Oh, wow.
Rebecca Virginia says prayers to you.
Oh, thanks, Rebecca.
Holly's from Idaho. Okay, real quick, I'm gonna do call outs. It says, Sister Fate said, which litter is this again? So there's 3 litters actually.
There's June's, Pepper's, and Luna's.
Perfect. And then Yvette says, hello from Long Island. Jen,
hi,
the girls'
Yvette.
auntie, hi from Maine. Erica Wheeler, thanks for being here. Hello from Texas. Let's see. Awesome. Well, hey, thank you guys so much. This exceeded our expectations. We weren't quite sure if people wanted to watch what we do on just a regular moment. So thanks for being with us. And we will see you guys next week. We're going to just kind of keep the updates. So we're going to try and do this once a week. So thank you guys for being here. And look for a new weekly video of our normal style.
After Annie has her puppies.
After Annie has her puppies. So that will be the next video coming out, which will be just in a few days. So, all right, you guys have a great night. Take care.
Bye.